love, so today we're going to do a video all about the new Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. Oh my goodness. If you've been here for a while, or if you're new, hello, welcome. But my absolute favorite foundation, like of all time, and like the first foundation in so long that I'm able to wear without mixing anything in it, and it's just perfect and it works all day, is the original Conceal and Define. I am obsessed. What is different about the new one is this one has hyaluronic acid in it. It's supposed to be more hydrating. So this one is a medium to full coverage foundation, and then this one is a full coverage foundation. This is the original. The new one is medium to full coverage. I have actually been testing this foundation out the last few days, so I do have some thoughts to share with you. We are also going to do a wear test for the sake of doing the wear test. You guys can really see the difference. You guys have seen me wear this nonstop. I've gone through bottles. It's literally my absolute favorite of all time. But I'm pretty stoked on this new one. I'll tell you that right now. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right, so we are going to jump in. We're going to swatch some of the very lightest shades. We're going to do a wear test. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what I think it's good for, who I think it's good for, all of that stuff. So if you want to hear about that, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Please subscribe if you have not already. We upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and more here on my channel. And yeah, we love Revolution. There's more Revolution coming, I promise. There will always be Revolution on this channel. All right, let's do this. All right, so like I said before, I am completely obsessed with the original foundation. We're gonna talk about the original one for a minute. This one gives you a kind of soft matte, soft focus look. I love this. I don't think it looks cakey. I feel like this one is the most airbrushed, beautiful foundation I've ever worn in my life. It lasts all day. I have combo skin, just so y'all know, I do have combo skin. I have pretty dry cheeks, and then my nose area is pretty oily. The difference between the way this looks on the skin is I feel like the new Conceal and Hydrate looks more like skin. It kind of melts into your skin. I don't feel like it's as blurring, but it looks like real skin. It definitely improves the look of your skin. It's really pretty. It's a little dewy. Obviously, we're going to put it on my face. You'll be able to see that. But I do feel like there is a difference, which there's supposed to be a difference. That's why there's a new one. This one is more dewy. This one is more soft focus matte. I'm wearing all of my regular primers right now. Before we go ahead and go in and put this on, we are going to swatch the lightest shades. So I have my moisturizer on. I have the Cover FX mattifying primer on my nose. You can't even see this, but this is the Revolution Pore Blur primer on my cheeks. Those are just the ones I use all the time. All right, I am gonna ramble just a little bit more so I don't lose track of like my thoughts on this foundation. I think for me, I'm going to really love this foundation in the winter months. I think it's gonna be great for my skin. I honestly kind of wanna start wearing this one on, like the new Hydrate one, on my cheeks and continue wearing this one on my nose. I do notice some breaking up throughout the day. It doesn't stay as perfect on my face as Conceal and Define, but that being said, Conceal and Define, the original, looks perfect. Like it barely shows anywhere. I can wear this foundation for like 10 hours and there's barely anywhere, unless like I really am leaning on my face. I have never had a foundation that is so perfect and so flawless. Me comparing this new foundation to the OG is kind of unfair because I am so in love with this. But that being said, if you have dry skin, I think you're gonna freaking love this. If you have oily skin, I would say stick with the original. I mean, you can give it a shot, but I have combo skin and I'm still really preferring in these warm months the original. I have still been wearing this every single day anyway, and I only notice the breaking up happening when I'm like spending some time outside, running around, if there's a period of time where like I'm getting really sweaty, like if I work out, or like if it's been like in the 90s here and I'm a chunky girl and it's hot and I sweat. So not really giving this foundation a fair shot. It's about to be fall. I cannot wait. I think fall, winter, I'm going to absolutely be in love with this. Those are my first thoughts. We are going to do the wear test. We are going to watch these and everything. I'm going to show you the difference in the packaging and all of that. I am rambling. Let's just get into the good stuff. Okay. The OG has the doe foot. I don't mind the doe foot. It's actually really quick for application. I don't get a ton of breakouts. When I do have breakouts, I will just put it on the back of my hand and then put it on my face from there. The new foundation, the Conceal and Hydrate, does have a pump, which I think is amazing. I think a little bit goes a long way with this foundation. I think one pump for my big face is plenty. It layers really beautifully, really well, because I went in with 2 pumps thinking I needed it, because I normally dip in once and a half with this one, but the pumps didn't seem that big, but this is so pigmented, you guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swatch the lightest shades. I have F0.1, F0.2, which I have not swatched either of these. I am super fair. Right now I'm wearing F1, but we are at the end of summer. In the winter I go for F0.5 or F1. Like I will mix them. Just F1 on its own is too dark for me in the winter. But I do also love 0.7. I do not have 0.7 on me. So we are going to swatch the ones I have. So I'm excited to see how fair these newer lighter shades are because I haven't gotten my hands on them in the new foundation or the original Conceal and Define. So I'm going to swatch them on the side of my face. I usually can wear up to F2, F3. If I'm self-tanned, I can probably get away with F3 or F4, but I have to be like first couple days of tan. You know, packaging, pump, love it. It's that like frosted glass packaging, you guys. I should show you what F1 looks like compared. So I have been using F1. You can see it has been used. That is what F1 in Conceal and Hydrate looks like. You can see it's a little bit runny. You can see they're both pretty liquidy, but the Hydrate one is definitely more liquidy. This is actually darker than I thought it was going to be for F0.1. That's actually probably a really good match for me, you guys. F0.2 is actually lighter. I think that this one is a pinky one or a neutral. I should probably look that up. If you go on their website and you click on any of the foundations, it'll give you this whole list and it'll explain each shade and the undertone and everything. 0.1 is for fair skin tones with a pink undertone, so I was correct. And then F0.2 is fair skin tones with a light yellow undertone. We don't have 0.3, but we have 0.5. 0.5 is for fair skin tones with a pink undertone. 0.5 is super fair. It's interesting because you really have to pay attention to the numbers in between because it covers all different undertones and those are going to obviously translate much differently. Like, look how pink that is. Look how fair these two are. 0.2, 0.5. Take her out for a minute. I'm just going to look like a pirate and have one hoop in for a minute, okay? Excuse me. This is F1 right here. So F1 and F0.1 are actually pretty similar. F1 is for fair skin tones with a neutral undertone. So F2 is for fair skin tones with a pink undertone. Put F2 up here so we can keep them all together. F2, definitely darker. So F3 is for fair skin tones with a pink undertone. 3 right there. This one is F4, which is for a light skin tones with a pink undertone, F4. I feel like when I'm self-tan, that might actually be a really great shade. We have F0.1, we have F0.2, F0.5, F1, F2, F3, and F4. All right, I hope that is helpful. Let's get to putting this on my face. I think I might actually try F0.1 today. Give it a go. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and try F0.1 because why not? I'm gonna put my hoop back in so I can stop feeling like a pirate. Okay, so we've got one pump on the back of my hand. Just gonna dot it. It oxidizes just the tiniest bit. So you'll be able to see that this actually, I feel like, is gonna be a really good match. I'm just gonna blend it out with my Shop Miss A blender. I just got a new one, but it's still in the package and this one was right there, so I just used it. I feel like it looks a little bit light on the viewfinder, but it's actually looking like a super close match in person. What's up, Binks? Look at that finish though. Look at that dew. That dew. All right, I'm gonna get up close. This is what we are looking at. As you can see, you can still see the texture of my skin. I don't feel like it blurs as much as the original Conceal and Define, but I do feel like it looks more like skin. It like melts in different. Ghostly. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the concealer. I will share that with you because we can use the new Conceal and Hydrate concealer. Okay, so we are just gonna use C0.5 in the Conceal and Hydrate concealer. I do notice this one is more hydrating. I also want to say before I forget, I have worn this foundation for the last 2 days and I have noticed as I take it off at night that my skin is softer than it's been in a while. So I really do think that you get that benefit of the hyaluronic acid in this foundation. So you're gonna go ahead and put this on the under eye. I do feel like it has about the same coverage as the original. I like concealer, guys, a lot. I dip in once. Sometimes I go back in to cover like the darkest part of my under eyes. So down here, some on the forehead. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend this out. Okay, that is what we are looking at. I'm gonna bring you in so you guys can check out the concealer as well. Really, I'm gonna bring myself to you, but she's looking fair. Don't worry, we will bronze up this face. I think F0.7 is a better match. Looking at not the most full coverage, but definitely not bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes with some Physicians Formula Mineral Correcting Powder and Translucent. Just gonna use my damp sponge. I feel like this helps with coverage too. It's got a little bit of pigment. Now I'm gonna go in with the Revolution Bake and Blot Powder and Translucent. Obviously, it's very clear. I love this guy for my nose. I'm just gonna tap it on in there. I'm just gonna give this foundation the most fair but realistic shot that we have today. Most people set their entire face. I don't, so I'm just gonna do the most that I normally do. Does that make sense? Do. Poo. All right, so this is what we're looking at. Not too bad. These lights are definitely making me look so much more fair. I honestly feel like most of my face really does match my neck right now. It is what it is. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup. I will come back and check in. Girl, okay, it is 3:30. I had a late start. I wanted to make myself breakfast and take some extra time getting going today. Sometimes you just don't want to rush. So we got to keep this foundation on until at least 11:30. That's the plan. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I will come check back in and show you what we're looking like. Okay? Okay, see you in a minute. All right, loves, we are back. Very blue eyeshadow. We used the new ice palette from Revolution as well. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted the ice palette or the fire palette, and you guys said the ice palette, so this is the look we created. It is just past 5, I think. Yeah, 5:03. 5:03 right there. What up, Posty? 5:03. So it's only been on for like, what, an hour and a half, but let's look at it. I do feel like I can see it more on my skin now than I could before. Like, I feel like I can see it. I don't know if it's because there's extra product with it. I just feel like it's almost thicker, but like, I know because it's more hydrating, it just feels like a thicker foundation. I don't know the right word for that. I just feel like it's thicker. Even though it's runnier when you pump it out, I do feel like it's a little bit thicker than the Conceal and Define original. I don't know, not in a bad way. And unless I'm like literally looking like this, I'm not going to be able to tell the difference. It doesn't look bad by any means. I feel like it's just the tiniest bit settled into my lines. I have this problem with hydrating foundations, so I don't know. I feel like I personally would benefit if I put the Conceal and Define, the original, in the center of my face where all of my, we got big cheeks over here. I got pretty deep smile lines, so that is not uncommon with any other foundation. The only foundation that doesn't really do that is the original Conceal and Define. Every other foundation ever does this, so that's not unusual for me at all. There's something about the original Conceal and Define. It's really tough, you guys. It's really tough. It's hard to want to fix something that's so not broken. It's perfect. I'm obsessed. But I do want to reiterate, I think that I'm going to really love this once it's not so warm. This room is warm. 7 lights around me, including the one above, like the actual light in the room. So I do have a lot of lights on me. It is warm in here. So that's obviously a factor in this. I went too light. It looked like it was going to be perfect, but I do think that I did go too light, especially now that I've bronzed a little more. You can really see the lighter areas of my face. So with the lights on, I mean, it still looks amazing. Don't get me wrong. I still think it's a really, really beautiful foundation. I'm just being super nitpicky because I'm comparing it to the original Conceal and Define. And I'm just so in love with that one. I feel like I personally feel this one on my face more than that one. Now, like once it's been on there for a minute. It's still really pretty though. So let's see how it holds up. I will check back in a little bit. I'm gonna go film a try-on portion of a clothing haul, and I'll probably come down here and film the actual clothing haul, and then I will check back in with you guys, and then again we will check in at the end of the night. So I will see you guys soon. Hey loves, so we are back. It is it's almost 7:30. It's 7:25. I just got done trying on probably 20 pieces of clothing, so I'm a little warm. We're looking a little dewy. Okay, this is my oily area. Keep that in mind. This is my oily area. Most foundations break up around my nose. There's some oil happening, a little bit of caking up around the nose. Just this whole area, which is my trouble area. Comparing this to other foundations, it's not a big difference. It's just when I'm comparing it to Conceal and Define because of how the original one, because of how much I love it. So that's what we're looking at. Why am I so obsessed with Conceal and Define? Something about Conceal and Define OG, like in my skin, or like BFFs. Like, they get it. They are, that's my holy grail. Holy grail. Nothing better. Nothing. Nothing. I have never loved a foundation more than Conceal and Define. It is what it is. But if we take that guy out of the equation, it actually doesn't look bad at all. How much I was sweating and how many items of clothing I tried on, not that bad. In person, I feel like it doesn't look as light, but I can definitely see the difference on the screen. Plus, I have been self-tanned a lot lately, so I'm actually back to like my super fair self, so maybe that's part of it. I feel like I look weird. She hydrated. I am going to tap my sponge over these areas and see if that fixes them. Not adding any powder or anything, just the sponge. It did kind of break up on my nose when I did that. I wish that I would have just set it with a powder. I feel like on the outside, the dry areas of my face looks beautiful. Again, I can say this 800 times. If you have dry skin, I think you're gonna absolutely love this. I gave one of these to my friend Dana, and she has dry skin, and she texted me this morning. She said that her skin has never looked better. She's obsessed. I just have combo skin, especially in the summer. I do get quite oily on my nose. I'm a little dewy on my forehead, but it's not breaking up at all. I don't really get a super oily forehead. Like, she looks a little dewy. I didn't put any highlight up there. It's just the foundation. Sometimes I do put highlight on my forehead, but today I did not. So that's all just natural glow coming through. Okay, well, so it's 7:30 officially right now. I'll see you. I think we decided 11:30 was going to be the final check-in, so I'll see you around 11:30. Hey, love. So we are doing our final check-in. Let me get a mirror. Honestly, it really doesn't look that bad. Like, I can see some breaking up around my nose. Let me see what time it is now. It's 11:51. There you go, 11:51. So it's officially been on for over 8 hours. Let's see. Okay, so I feel like my cheeks look really, really good. It's just this area right here, right around my oily areas. So I do think, again, as I've been saying all day, that I'm really going to benefit using the Conceal and Hydrate on my cheeks and then using the Conceal and Define in my trouble areas. I really think that's going to, Pink's just jumped in the bed. I really think that is going to benefit me, and I do think that in the winter that I'm going to love this. I think it's still summer here. It's still really hot, so I don't think my face is built for it at this moment. I just feel like I'm being harder on this because I'm comparing it to the original Conceal and Define, which is my ride or die. If this was just a normal foundation review, we were just going over some random foundation, I'd say it's a win. I'd say I really like it. Hello. What do you think? I looked in the mirror in the bathroom and I was like, unless you're like really, really close, I think it actually looks really great, and it's still pretty evenly all over my face. My cheeks look good, guys. Alright, loves, so I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna end this probably really long video because I'm not very good at, just knocked over my water bottle. I'm not very good at not rambling. So my final thoughts are, I think I'm gonna love it in the winter. I think that if I used both together, it's going to be like the most perfect foundation of my life. It's a really good one. It's a really good one. If I had to pick one or the other, I would pick Conceal and Define just because I know it works for me year round. But I think it's an amazing foundation and I'm very thankful to have it, and I'm definitely going to keep using it. I'll keep you guys updated. I might try and do the like using both at once and see how I feel about it. If you have dry skin, I think you're going to absolutely, absolutely love this. If you have oily skin, I'm going to say stick with the OG. If you have combo skin, you're going to be in the same boat probably that I am, where it looks great on part of your face and part of your face it kind of breaks up a little bit. It's still looking pretty good, girl. Stop rambling. I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it if you could. Say subscribe. Please subscribe if you guys have not already. We upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Alright, I love you guys. Bye. Pirate's life for me, girl. Oh, I'm feeling fair, girl. Knocking stuff over. Wow, I knocked them all over. Life, girl. Sorry, I just had to whine for a minute. Just had to get that out. Just had to get it out, and now I feel better. It's okay. I'm an adult. He's very neat. He's very needy right now. This lash is popping off.